Yo, let's go and welcome to the video. Looking at some trinkets again, the top 25 parses per boss and what trinkets they used. First time I looked at these parses was on the 28th of February. I looked at it again on the 16th of March, a little over 2 weeks in between. And some things I saw that I wanted to point out was the highest DPS I've seen for the bosses so far was on ROS with a 2638 DPS, and they used Skull and Quag for that and 449 duration. They had 3 heroisms, so I'm assuming 1 heroism per phase of the fight, and they pulled off an insane parse with over 302 DPS difference between their parse and the number 2 parse, which is unheard of for all the other bosses. And the boss with the lowest DPS is Illidan with only 1620, which was achieved on March 12th, a 7-minute 25-second duration with Skull and Quag, and they got 2 bloodlust for that fight. So I took the 2 dates, the one back in February and the one in March, and I tried to compare them a little bit, see if there's anything really noticeable between trinket usage per boss on those dates. I have a total here in the middle for just the Black Temple, then I have a total down here for just Hyjal. And if we look at Black Temple first, the icon usage went down, Quag usage went down, Skull usage went up, Ash Tongue went way up, for 2 weeks ago to 61 parses in the top 25 represented with Ash Tongue. Sextant went down slightly. And then there's other that's like the Dark Moon Fair card, the Mark Ziri, a Lotheb trinket was used a couple weeks ago in the top bars. But we're really only looking at these 5, right? Icon, Quag, and Sextant all went down. Skull and Ash Tongue both went up for Black Temple. Now on to Hyjal. Icon, Quag, and Sextant all went down again, and Skull and Ash Tongue both went up again. So it's really hard to say what all contributed to those trinket choices being one of the top 25 parses on each boss. Is it just because people put those trinkets on and there was a bigger pool of people using those trinkets, or do those trinkets actually give you a better parse? It might take a couple more weeks for more people to get Skull and Ash Tongue and use them to really see, but for now, Ash Tongue is looking really strong on any fight, regardless of fight link for a top parse. We could break it down into tier 6 and tier 5 with a lot of extra work. I'll try to do some of that after this video goes up, but by the time it does, Zolomon's probably going to be out, and the Hex Shrunken Head will be out by then, which I'm sure is going to make an appearance on the top 25 parses on each boss, which I'm sure is going to make an appearance in the top 25 parses on each boss instead of Icon or the Pipe. So I think what it's going to come down to after ZA comes out is Hex Shrunken Head, Skull, and Ash Tongue for the top parse trinket pairs. And it's really going to be up to you which 2 that you use, which 2 that you have that are going to give you that top parse. So I think things like Mark of the Champion are going to get outdated at that point. Zari's Gift, maybe even Quag and Sextant at that point. With Ash Tongue having no internal cooldown, meaning you can have 150 spell power almost the entire fight. Skull just having the hit, raw spell power, and incredible on use, and Hex Shrunken Head with the raw spell power and the most on use spell power that you can get. Those 3 trinkets I think are just going to start to top the charts across the board in the next week or 2, regardless of tier 5 4-piece or tier 6 4-piece. So make sure you get into Zolomon and grab this trinket. Hopefully loot prio wise you're up for the Skull soon, and by now you should be exalted with the Ash Tongue for the trinket to be able to pick and choose which of those 3 you want on each fight. But like I said, there's many things that go into the parse and why a certain trinket combo might be performing better than others. There's such a wide range of trinket combos per boss right now compared to a few weeks ago that really everything is performing well. I just think that those 3 are going to perform the best overall until we get to phase 5. So thanks so much for checking out this video. I'll see you in a Zolomon video probably pretty soon.